Hey there, welcome to the Powerful Marketing Tips Podcast. We created this podcast for you, overwhelmed business owners who want to build, run, and organize their marketing for good. And here are your hosts, Marilise and Laura.
Hi, today's episode is very practical and we are going to talk about how to set up Google Data Studio to visualize your marketing and sales metrics. If possible, we highly recommend watching this episode on YouTube to see the video tutorial. But okay, let's dive right in. Laura, the floor is yours.
Let's do it. I will share my screen to walk you through the process. So right now you can see a template of a Google Data Studio. You can see that when I move my mouse, then some of the data is so-called alive. It is changing. And when I change the time here, let's change it to last quarter, then the data will change as well. So this is how the data is dynamic. You can see that we have new numbers here. And this can be extremely beneficial if you want to analyze your marketing and your results in the long run. So how to set it all up? Well, basically, you will go to datastudio.google.com and you will start with a completely blank page. Now, first step is to add data. You can see up here we have this button, Add Data. And when you click on it, you can see all the different sources that you could use. So, for example, Google Analytics. When you click here, then you can connect it to your existing Google Analytics account to see your website traffic. Make sure that you are logged in with the same Google user that your Google Analytics is using so that they can find each other. Also, we have Google Ads here. If you have Google Ads, then definitely connect Google Ads account so that all of the data will come automatically. And when I scroll down, you can see that here are very many other options as well, such as YouTube Analytics, Search Console, but also a lot of third-party apps to use on social media. So, for example, Facebook Insights. And while most of these apps tend to be paid versions, it is possible to track the most important metrics on your own as well, because when I scroll up here, we can see that we have Google Sheets here, or also just file upload. So if you are tracking your most important metrics right now in a Google Sheet or Excel, then you can easily just add this to the Data Studio as well. So right now I will open a template for a Google Sheet so that you can understand how to build it up. The most important thing is that you have to have one column with date period. So right now we have used months, but it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be quarters, whatever it is that you use to track your results at the moment, but it has to be a time period. Now, next to this time period, you have all of the time in the first column, and now you will add other metrics. So you could add different sales metrics, you could add Google search metrics, social media metrics, newsletter, whatever you have, just add them all here and then come here every month or every week to add new data. Now, if you have set it all up, let's go back to the Google Data Studio and use the Google Sheet option. Again, make sure that you're logged in with the correct user, and you should be able to find it in your Google Drive. Now, let's click on Add Data, and we will add it to the report. So you only have to do it once, and after that it is all set up. You can see that on the first page here, I have connected already Google Analytics. So this is website traffic here. But now that we move on to the next page, we have, for example, social media and email. Now we have added the data and now it's time to build some charts. I have already built some sample charts here. Let's delete one and create one together. So up here we have add a chart. Let's say I want to see my Instagram followers. So you can see different types of charts that you can build. I will use the bar chart. Now on the right hand side, you will see all the different metrics that are available. And these metrics come from the same Google Sheet that we just built. So let me search for Instagram. So Instagram followers. Let's try it to the metrics section. And now it shows that the dates are in the wrong order. No worries, we can make sure that we are using months to sort our data and make it ascending. So there you have it. When we click on the view version, you can see that at the end of September you had this many followers, in October this many, and so on. And you can see this big picture in your marketing as well. And there are many options to play around with this tool. So just figure out what works best for you and your business and make this work for you.
Wow, this is like magic happening there. I love it. So, of course, there are numerous support articles and videos on how to build this Google Data Studio. So if you get stuck, then just Google around it a bit, or you can also leave your question on our showcase page on LinkedIn called the Powerful Marketing Tips Podcast. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you, take care, and talk to you soon.
That's all we've got for this episode of the Powerful Marketing Tips Podcast. Make sure to link up with us at our free monthly international mastermind event. Just go to powerful-marketers.com/mastermind for registration. And one thing that would really help us and other new potential listeners is if you would rate this show and leave a comment wherever you tune in to listen. Until next time, take care.